EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From his end zone, Wilson. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some space here. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 84 yards on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. First carry for the former 49er, Raheem Mostert. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Niners, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and
he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 60. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they get the guard, John Runyon. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Running the counter with Mostert. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. On third down, here comes Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A big play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, McCaffrey. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, this has all the makings of a landmark day running the football. He scored 3 times now. We haven't hit the quarter break.
You think back to Alvin Kamara, Christmas Day 2020, 6 touchdowns, which tied Ernie Nevers, the Hall of Famer. He's halfway there already. Some fancy footwork in the early going.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And able to get this to the 31. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Willis. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. McCaffrey on the toss right. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Gold with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken just inside the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Watch one. I'm coming. So Mike's number one. Hey, come on now.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Check Fury. Ready? Get one. Ready. Go.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys, because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Mike one. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. On second down, Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
A run with Mostert up the middle. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, more problems defensively. The face mask adds 15 yards.
And this has really been an undisciplined team. We've seen them make a lot of mistakes similar to this. It's a big reason why they're down so big on the scoreboard.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They go play action with Willis. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus. 9:55, 9:55. That's the pass. Warrior 70.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
19 tight, 19 tight. Watch it, I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Play fake. Here's Willis. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 29, Tua flush to his right. And this one too low.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This time they stay on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the 1st down against our defense by that decision.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch one. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running left, here's Edmonds. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They hand it off to Mostert. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
18 Rattler.
They go play action with Willis. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have got it on cruise control. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run right side with Mostert. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
95.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Play action. Willis. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he's got some space here. And shedding a man at the 40. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36.
Play action. Here's Willis. He finds Wilson. Touchdown, 49ers. Garrett Wilson, 36 yards. And the 49ers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Running the counter with Mostert.
They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 60 Bison.
clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Where's the mic? Watch one.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the